What would you do if a simple meal turned into a shocking display of injustice? For Jordan Matthews, a quiet dinner became a battle against blatant racism until a stranger stepped in and changed everything. Watch the drama unfold in this powerful story that proves kindness and courage can triumph over hate. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more unforgettable stories. Jordan Matthews, a black boy with smooth brown skin and an athletic build, walked into a diner in the heart of the city of Manhattan, dressed in a fitted blue shirt, black trouser and sneakers. His long dreadlocks are perfectly styled. He exuded confidence. His warm smile and kind brown eyes belied the exhaustion of a long workday. The diner was abuzz with soft jazz playing overhead, the clinking of silverware and the hum of conversations. Waitresses in neatly pressed uniforms glided between tables, carrying trays of steaming food. Jordan chose a corner table by the window, hoping for a quiet meal to end his day. Emma Pierce, a middle-aged waitress with platinum blonde hair styled in a tight bun, sharp blue eyes and a permanent scowl etched into her thin face, noticed him immediately. Her pressed uniform and pearl earrings gave her an air of refinement, but her expression betrayed something darker. Jordan sat patiently, glancing at the menu, but Emma didn't approach. Instead, she busied herself at the counter, occasionally shooting him icy glances. After a while, Jordan raised his hand to get her attention. "Excuse me, ma'am," he said politely. "Could I get a menu?" Emma's lips thinned. "We're busy," she said curtly. Though the diner wasn't particularly crowded, Jordan blinked in surprise but kept his tone calm. "It's all right. I already know what I'd like to order. Chicken tenders and fries." Emma hesitated, her nostrils flaring. Then she forced a smile that didn't reach her eyes. "Sure, I'll get that for you," she said before walking away. As Jordan waited, he noticed Emma approach another table. The diner's soft lighting reflected off her polished demeanor as she greeted a young white couple with an overly cheerful tone. "Welcome. What can I get you today?" Emma asked, her smile wide. Jordan couldn't help but notice the stark difference in her attitude. His jaw tightened, but he decided to remain patient. After a while, Emma returned to his table, her face devoid of friendliness. "We don't have chicken tenders," she snapped. Jordan frowned. "But I just saw you serve them to the table over there." Emma crossed her arms, her voice laced with disdain. "You know, there's a place down the street. It might be more your style." Jordan's chest tightened. The thinly veiled insult hung in the air, but he refused to react. "I'll stay here," he said firmly. "I'd just like to order." Emma scowled, her cheeks flushing with irritation, but she stomped off without another word. Minutes later, Emma returned and plunked a plate on Jordan's table. The fries were cold, and the chicken tenders looked like leftovers scraped from another plate. Jordan stared at the food in disbelief. "What is this?" he asked, his voice calm but firm. Emma smirked. "It's what you ordered." Jordan's stomach churned, not from the food, but from the blatant disrespect. "This isn't right," he said. "I deserve to be treated with the same respect as any other customer." Emma leaned in, her voice dripping with malice. "I know your type. Always looking for something free, making a scene. Why don't you just leave?" Jordan's fists clenched under the table, but he kept his composure. "I'm not here for free food. I'll pay for my meal like anyone else." Emma scoffed and turned on her heel, muttering, "Thug," loud enough for him to hear. As the tension grew, another customer entered the diner. Alex Carter, a black man in his late 30s with a commanding presence and dark hair, surveyed the scene. Dressed casually in a leather jacket and jeans, he didn't immediately stand out, but his piercing gaze missed nothing. Alex noticed the strained atmosphere and the uneaten plate of food in front of Jordan. He approached quietly. "Hey," Alex said, his voice low. "Is everything all right here?" Jordan looked up. "Not really. I've been trying to order, but..." He trailed off, gesturing toward Emma, who was glaring at them from behind the counter. Alex nodded. "I see what's going on. Let me handle this." Without revealing his badge, Alex approached the counter. "Excuse me, miss," he said to Emma. "Why hasn't that gentleman been served properly?" Emma's face twisted in annoyance. "Look, I don't have time for this. Some people don't belong here, and I'm just trying to run a business." Alex's jaw tightened. "Not belong? What exactly do you mean by that?" Emma crossed her arms, her voice dripping with contempt. Do I have to spell it out? People like you and him shouldn't be here. It's bad for business. Alex's calm demeanour shifted. He pulled out his badge, flashing it in her face. Captain Alexander Carter, City Police Department. You're under arrest for harassment and discrimination. Emma's face paled. What? Arrested? For what? For violating civil rights laws, Alex said firmly. Discrimination is illegal, and your behaviour tonight has consequences. Emma stammered, her confidence crumbling. Wait! This is a misunderstanding! I didn't mean it like that! Jordan watched as Emma was handcuffed and escorted out of the diner. The manager, seeing the situation escalate, rushed over, his face pale. I am so sorry, the manager stammered to Jordan. This is unacceptable. Please let me make it right. Jordan shook his head. What I want is simple. Equal treatment. That's all. As Emma was taken away, Alex turned to Jordan. You handled that with grace, young man. Most people wouldn't have stayed as calm as you did. Jordan nodded, a small smile breaking through. Thank you for stepping in. It's not the first time I've dealt with something like this, but it doesn't get easier. Alex placed a hand on his shoulder. It's people like you who inspire change. Keep standing tall. As the diner resumed its usual hum, Jordan sat back in his seat. The meal he'd come for no longer mattered. What mattered was the small victory against prejudice, a reminder that kindness and fairness should guide our actions, no matter who we are or where we come from. This story leaves a powerful lesson. Discrimination has no place in society, and standing up for what's right can create ripples of change.